Hey guys, welcome back to another live trading video. Today I'm taking a look at NZD CHF, and I just picked up a long position on this market of 35 pips stop loss at 58,111 is the entry point, and my US dollar risk is just shy of $800 on this trade. Let's talk about why I took this trade, and if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see whether or not I'm able to make any money on this trade and the intra phase of actually taking the trade start to finish, watching me walk through this trade. If that's something you're interested in, then make sure to stick around to the end of the video. Let's jump into NZD CHF. Okay, so I just picked it up long here on a pullback. Intraday here, what we saw is a big impulsive move to the upside. This is a 4-hour chart, so during today's New York session, we started to pull back, and this was going to give me, or at least in my view, I was wanting to get long on this as it was trending nicely, and I'll look at some other factors with you in a moment. But as it pulled back to that 50% retracement, I had my eyes on this. We started to see some rejection off of this level, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up long. So past resistance here, coming into now potentially act as support. If this does hold, then what we will do is continue to look to hold the trade, perhaps back to the highs or even beyond. The best case scenario would be a breakout beyond, in which case I'll look to trail stops and hold on to this trade. Now, a stop loss has already been placed on the trade. You can see this 219,000 unit stop loss, which would get me out of the trade completely for a $800 loss if we do in fact break the 61.8% retracement. So simple uptrend, right? Higher lows, looking for another higher low here and potentially a continuation of this trend, in which case I will look to trail stops and move with market structure. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to let you know that if you're not already in our free Discord channel, we have a place where traders from all around the world come together, they collaborate, and you can get free ideas from our team of trading analysts every single day. Get trade ideas, free PDFs that could be helpful in your trading, and so much more. The link will be down below in the description to sign up. Just submit that form to help us avoid scammers or spammers joining the Discord, and we'll see you inside. Now let's also talk about the Edge Finder, which is what scanned the market here for me this morning and what ultimately got me into this trade. So the NZD CHF currency pair, what you'll see is that it's getting a score of +4, which gives us a bias of buy. How does it get this 4? Well, it takes a summary of all these different categories that you're seeing. So we can just walk through this really quick. The commitment of traders data is pointing towards bullishness from institutional traders. Retail sentiment is pretty mixed. So retail traders are both 55 and 45 long and short respectively. So not a huge bias there. But if we take a look at seasonality, the months of November and December tend to be positive months for this currency exchange. So that tells us, okay, bias wise, I'm going to be a little bit bullish, thinking that, okay, during these months, we've historically seen an average rise on this currency pair. Trend reading, we have an upward trend on this pair, pretty obvious. So that one gets me a +2 in that category for a strong uptrend. GDP growth and interest rates favor New Zealand, whereas inflation and unemployment favor CHF or Switzerland. So putting all these things together, we get a total of +4, which is why it popped up on the Edge Finder as one of the top opportunities here today. So you can see NZD CHF, the number 3 spot there on the list today. And with that pullback on the price action chart that we talked about, I'm looking to get long with a stop loss in place. So we'll pause the video and I'll come back once things get moving a little bit on NZD CHF. Guys, so I'm all out of NZD CHF. Unfortunately, this thing did end up turning around pretty sharply, and we are officially out of the trade. I floated at one point over, I think, like $1,700. So of course, hindsight 2020, I shoulda, coulda, woulda closed out right here, but you can actually see that this thing closed nicely above resistance, which was a key component to me holding on to the trade, right? And then unfortunately, after coming back up to try and break those highs again, we saw a failure and price came completely crashing underneath the lows and took me out of my trade for a profit of about $300, give or take. I think it was like $300 to $350. So it's nothing crazy, but another good trade. So we'll take the profit, even though it wasn't the full max potential of what it was. You know, playing that hindsight game is very dangerous as a trader. When you have a winner, just take a winner, right? It's better than a loss. Who's to say that this thing can't just continue to drop back down, you know, through our initial entry, and it would become an actual loss. So we'll just take that. We'll move on. We'll find another trading setup, and there you go. I think one thing that is very, very important for newer traders is to learn from their losses. Now, one thing I always try and make clear is that a very easy and very, very common beginner mistake is to sort of assume that the reason you lost a trade was because you missed something with your trade. But here's the thing, right? If you always change your strategy because something that the market did this time around, then you'll never have a consistent approach in the markets. It's very important that in this case, yes, hindsight, I shoulda, coulda, woulda closed out my trade just as it broke through previous highs. And for some people, they'll say, hey, that's the strategy. I'm gonna close as soon as it breaks a high, right? But then what about next time where it breaks the high and runs for a week straight above that resistance? And then you're sitting there and you're like, wow, I just left 3/4 of the profit on the table because I just wanted to close it out. So again, hindsight is 20/20. It's a very dangerous thing for new traders to get caught up in. Yes, this is not a super exciting, profitable trade, but we took it long here. We closed it out and we made some money overall. And that is all that matters. Now we move on, we look for more setups, and maybe on the next one, we catch that really great explosive winner. This trade, I don't think I did anything wrong with this trade per se. Of course, it's a little bit inconvenient that it did end up stopping me out. But I don't think I did anything wrong according to my strategic plan, like how I approached the trade. I did everything the way I'm supposed to according to my own rules, and that is what matters. When you trade, you may have different rules than me, but we all need to make sure that we're actually sticking to the rules that we set out for ourselves so that we keep our risk managed and we actually can produce those profitable results over the long term, not just on every single individual trade. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back in the next video. It looks like you made it to the end of one of my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my content. It really means the world to me. And down below in the description, I put together some of my best resources for aspiring traders who are looking to improve. I've got some free downloads that could help you, some broker recommendations, and if you'd like to join our Discord or get access to some of our trading software, all of that will be linked down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.